So how many hours did you actually put in to get in the first place though?
So actually getting the first place, I would say less than an hour because I sent my 10 a day and she immediately called me within 5 minutes. We set up the showing. I went and saw it the next day. Her husband was there. I was maybe there for half an hour and we said, yeah, let's go forward with it. She sent me the lease. We chatted a little bit more and got the keys the next day. Like it literally just moved. I left teaching about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I guess I enrolled about 2 weeks ago then. And so I'm literally just working on real estate stuff, and that includes the Airbnb. So I've been able to go through the modules fairly quickly, reach out to people, get viewings done, get the leases signed, get the keys, get the materials and the shopping done, and get everything set up. So I've literally just been 8 or 9 hours a day doing real estate.
How many places did you actually go see?
Yeah, no, so not just on this, just in general with real estate, 8 or 9 hours a day. So I actually went and saw 3 different places. I still have one landlord who he knows exactly what I'm thinking about because he's also like a big real estate kind of person. So he's considering letting us use both sides of one of his duplexes. And it's really close to the Armory. So that'll be a nice area, and I'll be able to charge a decent amount for those.
Oh,
so I actually saw
near Cobbs Hill, the park.
Yeah,
Great spot. That's a great spot.
Yeah, 8 or 9 hours for me is a variety of things.
So how many hours did you actually put in to get in the first place though? You said saw 3 places.
So actually getting the first place, I would say less than an hour because I sent my 10 a day and she immediately called me within 5 minutes. We set up the showing. I went and saw it the next day. Her husband was there. I was maybe there for half an hour and we said, yeah, let's go forward with it. She sent me the lease. We chatted a little bit more and got the keys the next day. Like it literally just moved.
I wanna definitely commend you on that. But I want you guys to understand something. Like it's kind of interesting, a lot of stuff that Lisa's doing. She's talking about she's got a virtual assistant that's following up on wholesale leads. She's doing a RIA group meeting. She's doing this, she's doing that. She's like 9 hours. She's spending 9 hours a day doing real estate stuff. I used to do a lot of wholesaling, not the way she's doing it. Basically, I was buying a lot of places for myself. And I was rehabbing and then flipping them. And I had, 3, 4, 5 crews going in different cities around Western New York. And, we were doing 50 to 100 transactions a year. And I had a whole team. I had 50 people actually working for me. I had a legal team and, I had in-house attorneys and paralegals, well, one in-house attorney and a couple of paralegals. So I did a lot, done a lot of wholesale transactions. I know that process pretty well. The market is very, very saturated, and it's not just Rochester. Rochester is a small town compared to most other cities throughout the country. For most people, a lot of times people don't realize to break into that business, it isn't easy today. It's not, it may sound easy, but it's not as easy as people make it sound. They're out there selling that stuff. Unless you have a significant track record. But the other thing is that, as I talk about, it is a grind and it isn't passive. So let's just do a little comparison. She just said, I spent roughly about an hour and that's about $20,000 that for the year that I'm going to bring in for that one transaction. I spent about an hour initially getting it. Now I got to get it set up, but that's after the deal is done. I got to put the time in to get it set up. But after I do that, now I just kind of let the thing go, just manage it properly. And then, so just imagine if she took that 8 or 9 hours a day and took a little fraction of that and maybe spent maybe an hour a day just focused on just Airbnb. Now, there's only so much you can do with this because, again, it's about keeping it simple. It's not like turning it up and going crazy. I mean, you don't need to do that because it'll flow. It'll be a proper flow. But just think about if she got any semblance of that same result as she just was focused on just the Airbnb stuff, the passive income stuff. just consider that stuff, because I'm telling you, there's so much of the traditional way of thinking, and the stuff that we do really goes against conventional wisdom. And that's why most people don't even get it.
And that's where I thank God every day that I did go to a FREA meeting, and then Earl was like, hey girl, let me just tell you about Coach and Airbnb. And it's going to be completely different than anything you hear at these meetings. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. And then now look, like Earl and I have a joint venture. Yvonne and Earl have multiple properties. We have our first one going. And you're right. Like that's where the original goal when we decided I was going to leave teaching was for my peace of mind, was for the time, was for, you know, the ability to possibly do better financially for a variety of reasons, you know, and especially for our son. Like I want him to be able to have what my husband and I did not have growing up.
Lisa, let's talk about some numbers. When we talk about the numbers, how many bedrooms, how many baths?
4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. One is a suite.
4 bedrooms, 2 baths, one's a suite. So how much are you expecting to get for the private rooms?
29 for 2 of them and 24 for one of them, because that room is a true A-frame and kind of small. So I bumped that one down and I listed it as cozy.
So 29, 24. And then how much did you say for the suite?
39.
Okay. You could you typically should be bumping that thing to about $15 more at minimum of what you're getting. So if you're at 29.30, you should be at more like 45, 44, something like that. So you said 29 times 2 plus 24 plus 44 equals $126 when everything is occupied. And then we're gonna multiply that times 30 nights out of the month. And that's a total at 100% occupancy is $3,780. We're gonna knock that down to 85% occupancy. And that's $3,200. How much is the rent? $1,500.
Yep.
All right, so good numbers. So at 3213 minus 1,500 equals 1713 left after the rent is paid. So it's in formula. We're gonna multiply that times 12, and that's $20,556 for your first place, and that's on an annualized basis. So when are you hoping to welcome your first guest?
We actually welcomed a guest yesterday.
What?
Yeah.